Hello everyone. Getting in close contact with wild animals can be thrilling and exciting. That's why some people visit zoos and others go on safaris. But sometimes wild animals like to visit people too. Anyway, why not? If we can, then they can too, right? In today's video, we have videos of animals that suddenly decided to visit humans. Spoiler alert, no one was hurt as a result of these visits. Let's get it on. Gator in the pool. Many people dream of having their own pool. Just picture getting out of the house on a sunny day, breathing in the air and jumping into the cool water, just to find a crocodile there. Wait, what? Yes, it happened. And by the way, it occurs quite often. Alligators have been found in pools in many states of America. These stories mostly happen in Florida and South Carolina, where there are even special teams to catch alligators. These experts are not even surprised when they're once again asked to get a huge lizard out of a pool or a backyard. Although it's not always clear how and why alligators enter human territory. According to one version, it happens during the breeding season, when they're actively looking for a mate. But maybe they just like cool, clean pools. If you had to choose between swimming in a pool or in the nearest river, what would you prefer? That's right, we shouldn't judge alligators for their choices. Elephant in the room. Many people dream of visiting Sri Lanka and seeing the elephants with their own eyes. Maybe they're even willing to pet them or ride them. But no one wants to open the door of their room and see an elephant in the hallway. But at the 5-star Jetwing Yala Hotel in the southeast of the country, this happens quite often. This hotel is home to an Asian elephant named Nata Kota. Since 2013, he's been considered the hotel's most loyal patron, which means that Nata Kota can go anywhere he wants inside the hotel. The elephant used to be a seasonal guest. He'd come for a few months and then hide out again somewhere in the wild. During this period, he liked to visit other resorts along the beach, but then Nata Kota made his choice and settled in Jetwing Yala. The elephant spends most of his time walking along the hotel's walkways or relaxing in the shade of the bushes, and sometimes he likes to visit people's rooms, and the staff have to warn the visitors. They shouldn't feed the elephant or get too close to him, and flash photos are not allowed. These are the rules to get along with Nata Kota. Bear in the closet. You know the story about Goldilocks and the 3 bears? Well, we found the exact opposite story. In Montana, USA, a black bear sneaked into the house of a local resident. The fact that the beast was near the house isn't so strange. In the US, there are about 300,000 black bears, and most of them live in Montana. But in June 2019, a black bear snuck into a house and somehow closed the entrance door from the inside. Apparently, he didn't want any unexpected visitors. The owners of the house were shocked and immediately called the police. While the help was on the way, the bear made a terrible mess in the room and then hid in the closet. When the rescue team arrived, they found something incredible. The furry intruder climbed onto one of the shelves and fell asleep. The policeman knocked on the window to wake the animal up, but it just didn't work. The animal was eventually tranquilized and then dragged out of the house and released. Komodo dragon in the bathroom. A lot of people work from home. But not every day can you find a work project in your own bathroom. One day, BBC cameraman Mark McEwen came back from filming Komodo dragons in the wild. He was working on a project about wild animals, but it turns out that he didn't even have to leave his room. A Komodo dragon somehow ended up in his bathroom and was relaxing there. He probably sneaked in through the window or something like that. To get the creature out, the expert had to use a large piece of rotten meat. No Komodo dragon would say no to such a delicious treat. Sadly, the unusual guest couldn't walk away without leaving something to remember him by. Gator in the kitchen. Imagine waking up at night from a loud noise coming from the kitchen. Who do you think is there? A thief? Maybe someone threw a stone and broke a window? Or your dog flipped a chair? What about a 3-meter-long crocodile? That's exactly what a woman from Florida found in her kitchen. It was around 3:30 a.m. when the woman got up to go to the bathroom, and she ran into this troublemaker. Apparently, this alligator broke a window and snuck into the apartment to turn the furniture over and damage the walls. He probably had some some other idea in mind, but no one really knows what. In the end, 10 police officers and 2 alligator hunters spent 2 hours getting the intruder out. Surprisingly, although there were 4 empty apartments nearby, the alligator chose this one as his target. It was the mating season, so he was probably looking for a lady, but instead he found a bottle of red wine and smashed it. Fortunately, the alligator was not hurt. Wild boar in the backyard. If you live in Hawaii, you should be prepared for a wild boar to visit your home. In this case, a fairly large male boar weighing around 68 kilos scared a local dog, ran around the backyard and then tried to bite the fence and got stuck. Maybe he didn't like the fence or was just trying to get out. Most likely, the animal was attracted by a mango tree or a cat. Fortunately, the boar was able to free itself and left. Raccoon in a skyscraper. Usually, people and animals come in close contact in suburban houses, but sometimes wild animals can visit you even in a skyscraper. In St. Paul, Minnesota, a little raccoon decided to conquer a 25-story building. He spent a whole day climbing up, and for 24 hours, random passers-by and Twitter users followed the story. It all started on Monday morning, as Minnesota public radio journalists spotted a strange creature on a ground floor ledge. At first, they thought it was a cat. The next day, they discovered that it was actually a raccoon and that he wasn't planning on coming down anytime soon. 2 office workers brought some long sticks to build something like a staircase, but the first rescue attempt failed. The raccoon, instead of going down the sticks, got scared and started climbing up. The animal spent all Tuesday running up and down the wall of the building and occasionally resting on its ledges. At 3 a.m., the raccoon finally made it to the roof. Cat food and special traps were already waiting for him there, and the raccoon was caught. The climbing raccoon became a sensation on social media, and he was later released into the wild. Koala in the car. Koalas are considered one of the symbols of Australia, but how would you behave if a koala got into your car? This is exactly what happened to Tim Whitrow. He came to his vineyards with his dog and left the car door open so the dog could get out, but when he returned to the car, he found a koala inside. But his plan wasn't to steal the car, it was just a bit too hot outside, even for Australia. The car was air-conditioned, and the koala came in to relax a little, but Whitrow wasn't happy about his unwanted guest. He offered the koala some water, but it didn't help. Nobody would want to get out of a cool car when it's so hot outside. The negotiations with the koala lasted more than 10 minutes, and during this time, the animal managed to scratch the car with its sharp claws. Only then, Whitrow managed to evict the creature. It's worth saying that koalas often visit Australian homes, usually because of their curiosity, but sometimes they are looking for help. For example, they want some fresh water. Although koalas usually get moisture from eucalyptus leaves, during droughts they have to look for water somewhere else. Mountain lions in the backyard. You probably see domestic cats or stray cats near your house every day, but mountain lions are more than just cats. In Colorado, an outdoor surveillance camera detected 4 felines in a backyard. This camera was installed specifically to keep track of any creatures visiting the place. Most often, it's deer or foxes, so no one was waiting to see 4 mountain lions out there. Another mountain lion was caught on camera in the city of Pasadena, California. A local resident was looking for his lost cat, but found something bigger. The beast had to be temporarily sedated, and then FDA officers released the mountain lion back into the wild. 2 other mountain lions also appeared in California, in the cities of Azusa and Sacramento. Both predators were sedated and released into the wild. However, people were still shocked. The first lion even managed to scare an old lady when he tried to sneak into her house. Anyone would have been scared seeing that. And an extra. Sometimes animals don't just come to visit people, they become TV stars. By accident, of course. In this case, the weather forecast in San Francisco looked like this. Cloudy with peaks of sunshine and a chance of giant crows. Be careful. No, we're not kidding. Meteorologist Mark Tamayo was doing his job when a bird landed on a camera. Apparently, the bird wanted to check the gadget out, but it looked like the bird was looking at the audience.
Hey, totally checking out the camera, Mark.
Yeah. However, Tamayo took the bird's visit as a professional. He managed to contain his laughter, and instead the meteorologist calmly said, "I may need a little more time for this weather segment because we have a little visitor." Soon the crow flew away.